ready, you guys?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for
Will Menace Know It?
Will Menace Know It?
All right.
So we had a game last week where it was Will Rave You Know It. And we had this survey where they did a survey and they found the most commonly used slang words that teenagers are throwing around.
Yeah, but we use like 90% of those words on a daily basis.
Oh, excuse generator's
not really.
already out.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but these are, Menace, these are 7th grade vocabulary words today.
They're not used all the time.
Okay.
Probably.
No, 7th grade vocabulary words. These aren't?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay.
But I'm just saying.
He and Julianne have that same. It's not used every day.
So therefore, I don't know it.
It's just repeated. Like
Yeah.
stethoscope. I don't use that word
don't
every
use it
day,
every
but
day,
I
but I
sure
know
know
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
You know what a stethoscope is?
Yeah, doctors use them to listen to your heart. and
Right.
stuff.
Okay,
But
there we go.
you don't use that every day.
You don't use it every day.
Yeah,
How'd
but
you
that's
know
more
that?
commonly used than
Then
what was it?
Abscond.
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 Whatever the hell that is.
Okay. Well, that's not a 7th grade level word. These
No,
are
3rd grade.
these are 7th grade level words.
Okay.
Okay, so the idea is we're going to give Menace a word. He doesn't have to spell it. He just has to tell us what it means.
All right.
Will Menace know it?
You ready?
I want to reveal a tiny twist, though.
Okay.
At least one of these words on the list was used on this show recently, and it was defined to you because you had never heard it before.
All right.
Well, we have 3 bonus words at the end that have all been recently defined for Menace.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
I'm not even feeling good about that because earlier this morning, during the first round of the DUIQ,
Right. It took him 7 tries to spell astronomy.
after Julianne, believe it or not, spelled it correctly.
Yeah.
Right.
Apathy.
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 Hold on, now
All
let's
right.
take a guess. Do we think that
Oh,
Menace
do
will
we
know what this
think
is?
Menace will know it?
Apathy? I will say. I'll say he will not know this.
I'll say no.
I think he kind of knows it.
We're like looking at him, trying to.
I know,
Exactly.
trying to gauge.
Looking for a
Yeah.
He's
twinkle.
got a blank, the
Yeah.
blankest stare you've ever seen.
Apathy.
Yeah. Apathy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I'm looking
yeah,
at him
no.
now.
All right. Well, I know empathy.
Not empathy. This is
not-
apathy.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if it's in the same family or something.
He's talking out it like
Yeah.
who wants to be
Yeah.
a millionaire?
Working it out.
Apathy.
Apathy. When you're like really sad about making apps or something like that for your cell phone.
You
Apathy.
serious?
Is that
big
that
joke.
Really?
You serious?
Like, take
Apathy.
Take a legitimate stab at what you think apathy
it's
might be.
When you're crying eating apples. I don't know. I have no idea. Apathy.
I mean, you've heard the word before, right?
No, I haven't.
Really?
Apathy,
You have
or they're being
apathy.
apathetic.
Yeah.
When you feel sad on someone's behalf.
Sort
That's
of.
empathy.
Empathy.
Yeah, but like. It could be
Apathy.
concern. It could be concern, though.
Kind of.
not
Apathy,
empathy.
nah.
No.
Apathy
No.
is when you just have a complete lack of interest in
Right.
something.
Okay.
It's like Ravy every day.
So me,
Yeah.
with like street words,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
very apathetic towards them.
Right.
All right.
Disinterested.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't get that
Or
one.
lack concern.
Yeah.
All right.
Covet.
Oh, for one.
Covet, you guys. Do you think he'll know covet?
No. No.
Really?
No way.
No. Yeah. Even
Everybody's
Cameron.
saying no.
Even Cameron's shaking his head. These are
Covet.
7th grade level words.
Covet, Menace.
Covet. When you hold on to something.
Now, you would think that you would know this because this is
Menace
like totally
covets all
Menace.
the time. Yeah.
Coveted word. I've heard that term being used before.
A coveted word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you have.
You hear that all the
I
time?
know you have.
To which my response would be, oh, word?
A word. Covet.
Oh, word?
A coveted word.
Covet.
Well, it sounded that first definition was kind of in the ballpark.
Yeah, when you hold on to something.
Well,
No.
no. Covet is when you really are very jealous and you want to possess something.
Yeah, it's like
so
hell
if-
gel.
So
Oh.
if somebody
Like
had
yearning.
like a delicious plate of food and you're staring at it like, I want that. You're coveting their
Right.
Oh.
breakfast, you see.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. So we're 0 for 2.
Two.
Wow.
It's also in the Bible, Menace. I mean,
Oh.
And that
You
is
shall
one of
not
the
covet
commandments,
who?
yes.
All right.
Somebody's wife.
There
Correct.
you go.
All right, maybe
Correct.
you're going too difficult. Try to find one that on the list here, Rave. That's you think
They're
more-
only getting harder. What do you think? Okay.
Wait, there's coveted, right?
Correct.
That's a word.
Yes.
Yes, Menace, good job.
Yeah, but if you don't know what covet is, you're not going to know what
Yeah.
coveted.
How about incredulous?
Oh, that's when you're hard to deal with. Ravi's incredulous.
I'm more incredulous.
Absolutely
Woody,
wrong.
incredulous defines Woody, really.
When you have a bad outlook.
Incredulous is you're unwilling or unable to believe something. You're a skeptic.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
incredulous.
I learned something
All right,
today.
how about this?
Which to me, it sounds like you're on your way to incredible.
Yeah.
So
Come on, Menace.
take
all
it.
right, all right.
Yeah.
Mortify.
Mortified. Oh, that's when,
You should be mortified.
yeah, I'm
Use it in a
mortified.
sentence.
I'm trying to explain it.
Mortified.
When you're afraid that something's so ridiculous that you're afraid, that I'm mortified that I can't get any of these definitions right.
That
that be okay?
Kind of, yeah.
I wouldn't say
Kind of.
afraid.
Afraid's the wrong
Mortified
word.
that
But
maybe that
yeah.
you're embarrassed.
There
There you go.
you go. Yeah, it's to feel embarrassed, ashamed, or
And I bet
humiliated.
there's a bunch of listeners that are listening. They don't know the.
There's
definitions.
nobody that,
Oh, come on. Throw me a bone.
unless they're in second grade. How about patronize?
Patronize. All right.
Patronize?
How
No.
about
Patronize.
patronize?
Well, Ravy patronizes all the time.
That is true. And what am I doing?
Meaning what?
You're making fun of somebody
I don't know.
No.
because you think you're smarter than. they
Okay.
are.
There you go.
All right,
yeah,
there
yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Along
You're
those
working
lines,
it
yeah.
out.
Now you're on the right track.
Uh-huh.
Patronize kind of being sarcastic, right?
Not quite.
No. Patronize.
But you're
like
definitely,
You're
on,
definitely
the road.
on the right track.
Yeah.
You could be sarcastic while you're patronizing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you think
Seabass
you're
is patronizes all the time as
Right.
well.
Trying to point out somebody's being wrong about something.
Kind of.
kind of.
I'm in the wheelhouse,
You're in
aren't
the,
I?
You
it's
are.
to treat condescendingly, to look down on,
Like to think you're
Yeah.
better
to
than
talk
somebody.
down to.
treat someone like a child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to them like a child.
Renee Ravy. Every
Right.
day.
So I mean, you're working it out. I wouldn't say you got it completely
Half
wrong.
a point on that
Agreed.
one.
Yeah.
All
How,
right.
how about unscathed?
Okay. Unscathed. It's
Not
like
unscathed. Unscathed.
unscathed. Maybe you get in a car accident and you don't get injured.
Correct.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Correct.
Perfect.
There you
Hell
go.
yeah. What? You know?
Yeah.
So smart.
We
Yeah.
out here.
All right, you want to hear some of these bonus words that have
Okay.
been recently defined for Menace?
Defined,
See if
used,
he
everything.
remembers them.
All right.
Incontinence.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, recently.
Yeah, we did.
Incontinence.
Incontinence. Damn, I don't remember what the definition was.
If someone's
Why
incontinent.
would you need? If you're incontinent,
you're-
you need what?
Yeah.
What do you need if you're incontinent?
Aspirin.
Aspirin.
Incontinent. I thought it was like when you live in America.
No.
You're incontinent.
When people can't help but, pee in duty.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have
Oh,
any
when you have
control over
diarrhea.
your urination
No,
or
no.
defecation.
No.
Like
Where
Bladder.
you have to wear adult diapers
Right.
Oh, okay.
because you're
Exactly.
incontinent.
I
Bladder
know what a
issue.
continental breakfast is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Menace, do you remember
Where the
when
food
we
at?
defined for you spelunking? Spelunking.
You're like,
nobody's
ever said that.
Splunking. Oh, that's somebody that explores caves.
Hey!
Shocking.
You know?
Hey!
You know?
Yeah.
You know?
We also had to recently define for you stalagmite.
Ooh.
Stalagmite. Is that a type of bug?
No, it is not a bug.
A stalagmite. Somebody that likes to save money. A stalagmite.
Greg is
No.
a stalagmite.
It is a rock formation that rises from the floor of a cave.
It looks like a giant icicle kind
Oh,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
or-
yeah.
So there's stalagmites coming up
Limestone,
from
right?
the
Yep.
floor. Stalactite comes down.
Goes
from the
down.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
Like if
Everyday words.
And a spelunker might see them.
Spelunker,
Yeah.
yes. Believe we defined those
Yeah.
for him
so
at the
there we
same
go.
time.
Will Menace know it?
So you know a few. You know a
Dude,
few.
you can't tell me like every list. I'm going to look at the text messages.
All right.
There has to be a bunch of listeners that didn't know those.
More Woody Show coming up next. Hang on.